Worth Memories and all of the rest of our platforms. Okay. Good morning to everybody. 22 there. Well, I think it's 30 something here. How cold is it here? $35 here, so y'all are 13 degrees cooler. We got rain coming in Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Okay, so we're going to have to wing it and do toy drive stuff. Well, our Cleburne bunch is in. They're riding. Where does she stand? I've lost complete. I thought I had it written down somewhere. Do you know where she's at, Brittany? I had it somewhere. I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached. I don't have a clue where she's at. Janie's in. Larry's in. Here's our. She owes 9 bikes and 37 toys. So I'm going to tell her we don't need any more helmets. I got another 200 in Saturday. So that's the 1,000 that the nonprofit has bought. And I'm going to start inventorying today in here. There's probably 100 or more in here. So we've got over 1,100 helmets. So we're going to be all right on helmets. Bikes and toys. Basically toys. Okay, she has 3 or 4 questions. 37 toys, yeah, that's right. This is for 3 toys. Okay, so she's going to be at 9 bikes and 40 toys. We need 2,000 more toys, I can tell you. So she's going to be at 9 bikes and 40 toys. And there's 3 or 4 questions she's writing. Okay, so Saturday I started announcing that next Saturday at 9 a.m. I'm going to have Rusty Arnold, who is the brother to Trisha, one of the oldest of the 3 missing girls. And it's going to be a 2-hour interview. We'll probably take a break of about 10 or 15 minutes. Or we might not. I don't need a break, but he might. There's a lot of people want to be here. That's not possible. I promised him there would be nobody else here. As far as answering Q&A, I'll see if he'll do a Q&A towards the end of the interview. But this December 23rd marks the 50th anniversary that his sister and 2 other of her friends and people that lived right there around them went missing at Seminary South. There's a lot of different conflicting stories. The letter that was mailed, they say it was stamped from Throckmorton. I've heard it was stamped from Azle. But people said, was there any DNA on that letter? What I didn't know until I was talking to Sam McNeese, who's our bike builder and who worked and retired from the post office, he said they can lift that stamp. Whoever licked that stamp, the DNA will be on there. I don't know if that's ever been done. We're going to ask Rusty. Surely the police had thought of that. But there's a lot of unanswered questions. It's hard for all of us to understand how 3 teenage girls, one of them wasn't even a teenager, she was 9, could just disappear and never be heard of again. I mean, it's almost, that's the strangest thing that many people have ever heard. Rachel was his Trlica. Trlica is his sister's name. I believe that's her married name. She was married. Renee Wilson was another one of the girls, and Julie Ann Mosley was the third girl. So that'll be next Saturday from 9 till 11. Okay? I'm getting a message here from I don't know. We'll have to ask him that. Okay, here's for 3 helmets. Put that other phone up there. Larry, there were several trading posts here in the early years. What is recognized as the first trading post? Yeah, it's for 3 toys. Okay, Cleburne. The first trading post was established in 1845 by Ed Terrell and John Lusk, L-U-S-K. I'm trying to pull this article up. It was on the corner of 11th Avenue and Cooper Street, which is probably 1.5 miles from here, the hospital district. Ed Terrell and John Lusk. 11th Avenue and Cooper Street. So, not in Arlington, but it's in Fort Worth. It's in the hospital district. In fact, on that corner, one of those corners is a parking lot. Then there's a hospital. Biden pardoned son after pledging he wouldn't. Yeah, so what else is new? It didn't last long because the Indians kind of went shopping there. They just didn't pay anything. It was either, we're here to take everything that you got and we'll leave you alive, or you can protest and we'll kill you. So that's question number 1. When did the cattle drives come through? Last week of March and the first couple of weeks of April was the season for the cattle drives that came right through Hell's Half Acre, which then was downtown Fort Worth. Last week of March, the earliest was the 22nd of March. No, 23rd of March. They usually were right at the end of March, 27th, 28th, or the 3rd, 4th, or 5th of April. Next question. When was what? When was the first street lamp lit? That's kind of a trick question, but it's not a trick question. March 25th, 1877. That was the first gas street light that was lit. They only were on 2 streets, Main and Houston. How did they light them? The street lamp lighter was what his title was. Rode on a black horse. He was a tall guy. He would raise up in the stirrups, and he had a pole that had a hook. It would raise the area, and I think that was made out of metal and not glass, but the lamp was glass, and then with the other hand he would light it. It was a tricky deal, and we only had 1 or 2 street lamp lighters as long as we had street lamps. Okay, one last question. Population of Fort Worth in 1880, 6,663. 1900, 26,668. We grew by 20,005. That does her. So they owe us 9 bikes and 40 toys. Julie Ann Mosley was the other. That was the youngest one too. I believe she was 9. Rachel was 17. Renee was 13 or 14. Where do what? 9 bikes, 40 toys, right? Where do you bring toys to? If you're bringing them, 1633 Rogers Road until 2 o'clock, Monday through Friday. What time do I open? Way before you can get here. 6, 6:30, 5:30. If they're being mailed, you better mail them to 1635 Rogers Road, 76107. It's not R-O-D, it's R-O-G-E-R-S. One last question. Who is the richest person in Fort Worth? That'd be Alice Walton. She's worth $240-something billion. She's not the richest person in Texas because Elon Musk lives in Texas. He's so far ahead of her, he doubles her. What is Elon worth? Elon Musk net worth. Oh no, it's not double. 330 billion. Wow, she's only 100 billion. She's worth 244 billion. So she's less than 100 billion less than him. Yeah, Elon lives in Texas. Certainly lives here. I believe he moved here. He hadn't lived here all along. I believe when he moved that SpaceX stuff and all that to here, I think that's when he moved to Texas. Am I right or not right about that? Yeah, but he lives here. I don't know what part of Texas. I can find out. I can get... Where does Elon Musk live? Austin, Texas. Oh, wait a minute. He owns an Austin mansion for his 11 children. It's only 14,000 square foot. Elon Musk's IQ is 155 to 160. My son, Kevin, is 162. And he didn't get it from me, I can assure you. There's Charles Johnston. Yes, we need toys, bikes, and helmets. Well, wait a minute. Whoa, back up. No helmets. Really, no bikes. Toys. I just want y'all to concentrate on toys. Today is Monday, so the Mattel outlet store will not be open today. They open Tuesday through Saturday. 501 Meacham Boulevard, 50% off. Ollie's is 70%, up to 70% off. You got Walmart, you got Amazon, you got Five and Below, Dollar General. What's the one I always forget, Brittany? Big box store. I can't think of it. Hey, James. Cyber Monday, if you're shopping online. Be real careful if you're shopping online. I don't know what the cutoff date is to get us the stuff. We need to have it. Big Lots, thank you. We need to have the stuff no later than the 12th, unless you're bringing it. If you're bringing it, you can bring it on the 13th. There's Michael Resendez. Don't worry about bikes. Don't worry about helmets. Toys. We need everybody concentrating on toys. And we need 2,000 of them or better. The Sandy with the Silver Sisters messaged me yesterday at noon. Her and probably one or two of the Silver Sisters is bringing a couple of carloads of toys. They always do. Do I need help inventorying the toys? And yeah, come over. We can have a inventory party. I keep an accurate inventory on the bikes every year, but a few years we do the helmets and the toys. Going into this year, I've given away 18,430 bikes. That's going into this year. We're at least going to have 1,000, so that's 19,430. Next year we'll eclipse 20,000. Julie is in. The giveaway is December 14th. That's two more Saturdays. This Saturday I had the big interview with Rusty Arnold, the brother to one of the three missing girls. It's the 50th anniversary of those girls disappearing from Seminary South, December 23rd, 1974. Dangest mystery I've ever heard of in my life, and I've heard of a bunch of them. Not a peep, not anything. You know, if nothing else, you'd think the perpetrator or perpetrators would fess up when they got to be in their 60s or 70s or 80s or whatever. Funny, I've already had people message me. I know where they are. If you know where they are, let's hear it. My personal thought, they never left the city. I think they were done away with that day or maybe the next day and were buried somewhere here. That's just my own thoughts. I don't have a clue. I'll ask Rusty. He's lived it his entire life. Let's see, I don't know exactly how old he was when that happened in 74. Elaine's in. What do you have to do to get a bike for a kid? Show up at Farrington Field on December 14th. Get in line in your car. People stay in their cars. the line will actually start on Friday, December 13th. There's Tom Reynolds. One bike per vehicle, and then a helmet goes with the bike, and however many toys. If we've got, say we have 1,000 bikes and we have 2,000 toys, then we'll put a bike, a helmet, and 2 toys in every car. I don't know how that'll work out because we don't have a count on the toys yet. The bikes are at 900 and the helmets are at 1,100. But we still don't have Cops for Kids 50, or Fire Department for 50, Quincy's group, and the unions out at Lockheed. And then y'all, there's more people bringing bikes from y'all. The biggest I've ever done this year. We need probably, there's always 40 or 50 volunteers. We need 100. I'm not going to address that really. If I was the president and my son had done something, I'd pardon him. It wouldn't matter what I'd said before. That's just like George Bush. A lot of people say there was no WMDs. I kind of agree with that. Maybe there was. I don't know. But he was a bad guy. Saddam Hussein gassed his own people. But Saddam Hussein had tried to kill George Bush's daddy, Herbert Walker Bush. And if I was the president then, I'd go after him too. So, as a father, I can understand completely. I don't know why anybody needs to try to make a big deal out of it. Everybody, I think, knew that he was going to pardon him. He doesn't have much political clout right now, still being an active president. But yeah, I'm not going to jump on him for that. It's his son. There's Scott.
Morning.
What's up, buddy?
Not much. Just getting back in the swing of things after the holiday.
Did y'all have a lot of turkey and dressing and all of that?
Oh yeah. All the traditional
good
Thanksgiving stuff.
Does y'all's church every year put on some kind of Thanksgiving program or holiday program? Do churches still do that?
They do. Wedgwood doesn't do that as much. We did a night of worship a couple weeks ago, and we're doing a play in 2 weeks.
Cool. Yeah,
a play.
Yeah, I remember growing up. One of the churches that we went to, they had a deal where the kids had a play or something around the holiday season.
Right.
So I didn't know if that was still. Again, the cutoff date for the Christmas ornaments 2024 is the 15th? 14th. I don't know why I keep wanting to say the 15th. I'll post that video. In fact, I've got them right here. Scott we should have a Christmas tree today from the Optimist Club. They always give us one. This year's ornaments are like a subway car. I don't know if y'all can see that. It comes in all colors. Do what, Scott?
Our subway car, the Fort Worth subway car.
Yeah, our subway car. Here it is in black. And it's got a little deal for a hook there. Boy, this is a pretty blue. And these are $10 a piece, and if you buy more than 2, Scott knocks $1 off. There it is in a yellow or a gold. That's a pretty color. Here it is in a clear. John says, I think the issue of the blanket pardon over 10-year period for any and all crimes that took place or may not have. I hadn't even heard. Oh, he's pardoned him for everything that we know he's done and for everything they don't know he's done. That's all right. The guy was the prez for 4 years, and they're entitled to do that. Gerald Ford was famous for pardoning Richard Nixon. So pardoning people. Clinton, you remember the scandal? Clinton pardoned that financier guy that was living in Cuba or somewhere. They all pardoned him. George Bush has pardoned people. So I don't have a problem with it. He's a father. That's his son. I don't know how much more damage that Hunter Biden can do. My only complaint was with him, I mean, besides all the stuff he did, was moving in with his widow, the widow of his dead brother. I mean, to me, that's the lowest of the low. But what the heck? And she testified against him at one of the trials. I heard her. She said he got her hooked on crack cocaine. What a stand-up guy he was, or is. So, but anyway, we're not going to get into that argument. And just a few days, he'll be gone and forgotten, and that's it. So get those Christmas ornaments ordered so you can put them on your tree. And I'm gonna, Scott, I've got a couple of editions on the, well, I've only got one edition on the sponsor deal. By the way, 3 feet of snow since Thanksgiving up here. John, where are you at? I forgot where you're at. Are you in Washington or are you in New York? I know you're somewhere up there. 3 feet of snow since Thanksgiving. Wow. Okay. Dub Peacock's company, A Bird AC and Heating. If you got any issues, and you better make an appointment to get your unit checked because weather is coming. Burt Ladner Real Estate. Wes Williams is associated with them. Wes is on Larry's Kids board of directors. Does a good job. Steve Coburn, Coburn's Catering. If you got a party or any kind of event you need it catered, Coburn's is the place. Dickey Carr Sand and Gravel. That is Richard and Pat Carr's company. Also, Dickey Carr is our tree. Grateful for your trees. Grateful for your trees. There's his card. I'm going to send that to Scott later. Express Dent. Dick Regester started Express Dent. Still owns it. Operating partner is Eric. If you got hail dings, door dings, whatever, they're the best. Jeff Jones, Fort Worth High Tech Signs, Michigan. John's in Michigan. Fort Worth Lumber. Emily and her group, they have been a sponsor on Memories Forever and also big donors on the back drive. Cross Electric, if you need an electrician, family-owned company, call them and they'll come out and fix you up. David Hart, Hart Painting. If If you need anything painted, David Hart's the place to call. Jenny Stewart, State Farm Insurance. Now you can find these lists on YouTube at Fort Worth Memories or fortworthmemories.com. K Ranch Roofing. Jorge and Bree are our contacts there. Old South Pancake House, Rex Benson. The Bensons have owned Old South since 1962. Optimus Club of Fort Worth, there's their Christmas tree sale. They're on the front side of Farrington Field, and I think they got more trees out there this year than they've had before. That thing is packed. I've driven by it. They also provide Fort Worth Memories with a tree. That's why I got to get stuff rearranged in here, because that tree will be coming. Passport getaways. If you're planning a trip, a cruise, whatever, let them do the work. Charlie Guerin's Railhead Barbecue. Charlie is on the board of Larry's Kids. He also is a sponsor, and he also gives every year very generously to the kids for the bikes. Another family-owned business, Rains Plumbing. If you need a plumber, anything to do with plumbing, they get out. I've had a lot of good reviews on them, so give them a call. Rex's Bar and Grill, another Rex Benson-owned company. It's in the old Macaroni Grill building that was next door to Old South, so in that parking lot, Rex owns both of those businesses. Jerry Schwartz, Schwartz and Hanson Architects. Wait a minute, I'm getting off track here. Hold on. I don't know how I got off on that deal. Passport Getaway, Railhead. Techstar Pools. They build you a pool, remodel it, do all of the area around if you need a barbecue pit or whatever, they do it all. Clay Winstead, Winstead Paint and Body. Clay is also a longtime sponsor and a longtime giver for the kids. Greater Fort Worth Area Community Charities is on board with us. The Greater Fort Worth Civic Leaders Association. Casey Crawl Insurance. Local agents, local care. There's a lot of new stuff on this Medicare, and you need to call Casey Crawl and let them come out and explain it to you. Cook's Children's Safe Kids will be at the event. The Silver Sisters will be at the event. As I announced the other day, we have two of our members that are in hospice, Gene Dimmick and Renee Haley. So we need to keep those people in our prayers. Basically, we need to pray for everybody on the planet. Trying to think what else. So we're concentrating on toys. We need a couple of thousand toys. Or you can buy books for kids. Bill Palmer always buys books. Kids need to read. The kids are our future. So we need to help in any way we can. I had a real good interview with a teacher Saturday. We didn't do it on live, but I talked to her about what the issues are, in her opinion, 25-year school teacher, and I learned some stuff. So in January, there's a way that our members can help, and I'll talk to y'all about it, and we'll see if anybody's interested. Because it's all about the kids. They're not grading out very well. The mayor has gotten involved in it. So we know it's serious because that's out of Maddie's wheelhouse, but she's very concerned, as everybody is. And so we just need to get together to make this thing better. Instead of everybody just pointing fingers and get rid of this superintendent, that's going to change everything. See, it didn't change everything. So, but there's ways we can help. If you need a website built or anything to do with technology, contact Scott. The best way to do that is, he's busy all day and night just like I am, is send him a message, messenger, and then he'll respond to you, and he can get it done cheaper and quicker probably than most of these places you see on the internet. So we take care of our own. If you need a website or something like that, use our guy, Scott Sumner. Okay, so I'm going to start. It's warmed up a little bit in here. I'm going to start inventorying what we've got here. Anasia is waiting for my reply. I don't even know what reply they're waiting on. Anyway, all right, Scott, you going to turn off the YouTube? Hello.